How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
When people ask you what happened here, tell them the North remembers.
And here we go.
Welcome to Not Another Movie Pod. I'm Zach Williamson, here with Luke Goosens and Ross Cutsforth. Today, we're talking Wonder Woman and Soul. Those are our two reviews that we're doing. Wonder Woman's going to be for the first hour. Soul's in the second half, pretty much. The timestamps will be there, so go find them if you want to skip ahead or listen through. You both watched Wonder Woman because I was a little more positive towards Soul than Wonder Woman.
Bro, honestly, Wonder Woman wasn't as bad as you made it out to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Who made it out to be?
The same thing.
You were like, bro, it's trash.
Well, you said it was mid.
No, I said it was
but
mid.
That is like pretty negative.
Okay, you said it was mid, and I seen Danielle's tweet on Twitter, and she said it was trash.
Yeah.
I went into it thinking, oh, this is going to be shitty, and I watched it. And honestly, bro, it wasn't. Obviously, there were parts that were fucking stupid. The end sucked. Everything leading up to the end was good. I just didn't like the whole climax.
I thought especially the opening scene was pretty strong.
Really? I hated that opening scene. Is this American Ninja Warrior? What the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, I thought it was badass. It was
No.
crazy Amazonian triathlon shit.
It builds off the first movie, and the Amazonian shit was really cool in the first movie. I like that they kind of did that ode back to it.
Bro, you know what I liked was the scene that was in the trailer. They did that different than it was in the trailer, dude. That scene was actually ended up being kick-ass. Where she assaults Long Oberyn? What's his fucking name in the movie?
Max Lord.
Lord. Okay.
Max Lord.
Max Lord took all the bodyguards from the Egyptian oil baron, and they're driving on that road on the desert highway. That scene ended up being pretty kick-ass. It didn't have as many running scenes. Obviously, anytime Wonder Woman or Minerva ran, it looked stupid, but I kind of give that a pass. But all the action in that entire sequence was pretty dope.
When she was pushing that Jeep sideways, pushing it as fast as a car, that was
fucking dope. Pushing it against all other ones. Oh, sick.
Yeah. I'm with Luke here. You had a very negative view on this movie. But I'm curious.
Saying it's mid is different. When Danielle said she hated it, I asked her, I was like, what did you hated it? Her reasoning was that because the first Wonder Woman was so good. The first Wonder Woman was so good. I actually really liked the first one. And this one, there's just a bunch of shit all over the place. I thought it started off strong. I did actually like the Princess Diana scene when she was a kid. I thought it taught a good lesson to her that you can't cheat in life, which is what the whole thing was happening with her and her boyfriend. She's cheating in life to get this guy back. The mall scene was bad, though. I didn't like that one.
Oh, bad. That was a bad scene.
Mall scene was bad.
Really bad.
Random. It escalated so fast. It was goofy. The way to put it.
Her with the whip, it was kind of goofy. The bad guys were goofy. Actually, time out. Natalie, and she's like, this seems more like a movie geared towards kids. And then when I watched it more as like a kids movie, I was like, oh, okay, so the action can be a little goofy sometimes. And it wasn't as bad in my mind because it did feel like a kids movie. The way the acting was and the way the action was, it felt less at stake.
That's the same way I approached it too. It was more like a cartoon, kind of had the same approach that Aquaman had, where it felt like a Saturday morning cartoon, very 80s, and the villains in that scene felt very cartoonish. They didn't feel threatening. They were just there for Wonder Woman to come in and save the day.
I don't like that, though, if they're saying that it feels very 80s and that makes it not threatening. The 80s had good movies. They had the Terminator movies. Alien wasn't that in that time. There was Star Wars movies being made. Predator. I don't like that.
Cartoony, dude. He's saying it has an 80s cartoon feel. He's not talking about 80s movies.
How they cut the scene together, the editing was pretty bad. Like a lot of the times I felt lost of where everyone was at. I didn't even know there was 4 people at first because those 2 groups of 2 looked so similar. I was like, wait, how'd these guys get all the way over here? And there were some good things I thought sprinkled in there. Generally, the whip wasn't crazy cool. It was kind of bad. But there was one scene where she swung under the bridge, and the way she skated across the ground with her feet while she was hanging by the whip, I thought that was cool. Just like a cool bit of choreography.
In general, I think the whip is kind of trash.
I actually like the whip. It seems unconventional, but I guess she mastered it. I just thought it was cool to build off of that from the first movie, that in 70 years, she's figured out how to master it, that she can like whip a bullet or block bullets with it. Some of that stuff I actually thought was built off of the first one that I liked. Because before she was carrying a sword and stuff, and that made sense it seems to make sense when you're fighting an ancient god or some shit like that, but it's not as conventional, and that thing made a little more sense. The goofiness, some of the scenes did look goofy with it. When she whipped off the airplane, I thought for sure that airplane would get yanked out of the air, and some other stuff. There was some goofiness with it for sure.
Scenes that I did like was when she was with Chris Pine and he was discovering everything that's going on in the 80s. I was laughing my ass off. That was really fun to watch.
Right. It was great. That's what I would say. So for me, it started off, first scene I liked, the Prince Diana estate. It felt different than the rest of the movie, but I was cool with it. And the mall scene, very shaky. And then it got into that whole part where it's establishing these characters. It established Max Lord.
Minerva.
Yeah, and it showed Gal Gadot. What I will say about the mall scene, it showed that Wonder Woman will go and help ordinary people. The problem with it was the execution of the whole scene with those goofy villains, for one. Dude dangling the kid, and the stunts weren't the best. I liked when she slid and took out those dudes, though. I thought that was a good stunt. But that scene overall was kind of weird, the mall scene. Then it jumped into all that stuff. And with Chris Pine, I did like when he's trying to figure out the 80s, man, because that shit would be so crazy because he died in World War I. Wild, dude.
And comical, too. I really bought into their relationship. I bought that they really did like each other and they enjoyed spending time with each other.
The first movie, that was really good, their relationship. Yeah. So that all worked for me again in this movie too. I said it was mid. That's like 70s, you know what I mean? For me?
70s. When you say mid, I picture like 60.
Zach, what do you mean? Bro, the 70s had like movies like The Shining, fucking One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No, dude. Sorry. Clarify.
No,
1 to 100
70%.
scale. 1 to 100 scale. 70s. Mid.
Oh. Because you're just talking shit on Ross.
Sorry,
and you're like, bro, the 80s.
Bro.
Shit on you now, bro. Fuck you.
No.
Damn, I like that you brought up One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So great movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah,
dude.
man. There's some great movies. In the 70s, they elevated their game in movies. I would say that's the era, the decade that movies then took this step where they became, you're trying to make a spectacle for one, and blockbusters and stuff that emerged in the 70s. 70s was great era for movies, for the modern era.
70s kind of elevated the depth of movies. You had like 2001 Space Odyssey.
That might have been 60s. Dude, that guy was even ahead of his time.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick.
You'd have to look right now, but that might have been 60s.
Alfred Hitchcock was ahead of his time. That was a man.
He was a
both of those
trailblazer. Dudes. Yeah, those guys. Mm-hmm. But then the next crew, man, that came in was Spielberg and Coppola and George Lucas, and that crew. Elevate.
That was 70s.
Yeah, 70s. 70s ruled.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't trying to diss the 70s. I was just saying that's where my score would be for this movie.
Oh, okay. I was off base. Still, fuck you.
All right, where are we at? So we're at that whole part. Man, yeah, I will say up to that point, especially that point where they're out exploring and Maxwell Lord is sort of spiraling out of control more as he has this power. I loved his character, dude. I thought Pedro Pascal did great. For being basically Lex Luthor, who has a fuck ton of oil, he did really well with it. He had that
he had zero oil.
Well, then he got oil.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's fronting, sorry. But he did. Then he did get oil,
Lex
man.
Luthor had real oil. He had zero oil.
Right. So his come up is very impressive. I will.
No, he
that.
never had oil.
Later on, he
I know. Yeah, he had no oil. Sorry, bro. But then he got oil in the movie.
Bro, he never had fucking oil.
Yeah, he didn't have shit, bro. He's a straight up con man.
No. I'm saying even after he got the powers, when did he have oil? Because he went to the Egypt guy, he didn't have oil, and then he was going to find fucking guys to get oil, and he never even ended up going there, did he?
Exactly. Please explain to me the Egypt scene, because I don't even know what really happened there.
Because he went to that guy to take his oil, but that guy ended up selling it to the Saudis.
Yeah.
And so he was leaving to go to the Saudis to take their oil. And like a Wonder Woman assaulted his ass.
And then some big ass wall pops up.
That wall was part of the...
I know.
The wall fucking confused me.
This part of the movie was where I was, okay, what the fuck is this movie turning into?
Yeah, bro. And the climax was weird too. I know that part. The middle was really good. The beginning and end for me was shit.
Oh, man. I was more progressively, I thought it got bad as the movie went on. But this early sign for me was the mall scene. For that, okay, very shaky. That scene alone was a step down from the first Wonder Woman movie, which was pretty great. If you haven't watched it, Luke, you should watch the first one because there's some good stuff in that movie as far as even just superhero. And there's some stuff that I would consider as iconic for.
I just didn't want to watch movies all day, dude. I felt like 5 hours into movies today.
I feel that, dude. So this is an interesting perspective to see Luke coming in and hasn't seen the first one and looking at it for what this was. Because this movie was a lot different than the first one for sure. Totally different style. Looking into the crew behind it, it had a different stunt crew. The first movie had the Zack Snyder stunt crew. The first movie was written by different people.
Why would they take a character and have different people try to put their little spin on the character?
Well, it's the same director.
Because I feel like it changes the tone.
I feel like this was the director's. This is her vision with this one, especially.
Okay.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins, and which made me think, okay, because it's very different than any of her movies I've ever seen or any of her projects I've ever seen. Because she did Monster. Monster was the movie that Charlize Theron won an Oscar for in 2003 or 4, and it's so dark, dude. She's a serial killer in that movie. It's a very dark movie. And I watched Wonder Woman, and she's done TV stuff that what I've seen was dark. So this was very different than a lot of her stuff.
Is the tone similar? Wonder Woman 1984 felt kind of, the tone was a lot lighter, wasn't really high stakes, felt kind of like a kid's movie. I mean, was the first movie like that or was it darker, Dark Knight darker?
Not Dark Knight style, but it was darker in that the subject matter all had to do with war. So
very war, dude. Yeah, Amazonians are like a war culture that she grows up in. And she's sort of LeBron James of her place. She's the chosen one, all that. And she lives up to the hype, goes off to America because she meets this pilot. Chris Pine crashes into it during World War I. And that's how she gets involved in the grand scheme of it. And then she just goes over as for America and fucks up.
Wait, was it World War I or World War II?
World War I.
War.
And she ends the war, dude. She ends the war and disappears. And in the DCEU, this is the other thing with the movie is it has a lot of issues and the overall shit, which I was okay because I was like, all right, fine, it's going to be a different universe. But then they were saying that it's connected to the current one. I'm like, all right, dude, this doesn't even make sense then with a lot of the stuff. It doesn't even make sense with the character where she's at in the storyline. So overall thinking of it, that was some of my issues too. But what were we going to say, Ross?
I was going to say something else, but even when you brought up the point about the whip and how it was really cool how it showed that she really mastered it over the years up until this movie. That brought up a question in my mind about continuity. In Batman vs. Superman, she never uses a whip like that or anything. It doesn't seem like she has the same level of mastery over her abilities in that movie that she does here.
Well, that's what I was thinking that in Batman vs. Superman, she has her sword again and the shield. And I think maybe she's thinking that if she's fighting intergalactic or other worldly things, that she switches up her style for that. Maybe she doesn't think the whip will work on that. So that is how I make sense of that specific thing.
That's where it gets destroyed in the first Wonder Woman. Unless somehow she made it again.
Fuck, I don't even remember what happens in the third. Okay, so here's the other thing I was going to say about the first Wonder Woman movie. I only remember up till the no man's land part. I don't even remember how Chris Pine dies or any of that.
She tries to kill Ares with the sword, and Ares was, I don't want to spoil it for Luke, but
I'm gonna just do it.
Okay. He's the British Prime Minister guy who is helping them, and he's like, oh, psych, I'm Ares. He destroys her sword, and she's like, the God Killer. You destroyed it. And he was like, no, you're the God Killer.
So she gets another sword. Maybe she gets a better sword then. There we go. They got Wonder Woman 3 to tell us that part. I don't think that's an issue yet. Because that's still even more 20 whatever years down the line. When we talk about years and spacing like that, I don't care. It's more, where the fuck are all these other superheroes? And how would you never mention that this dude was on TV about to end the world? Nukes were flying. The world would be fucked right after that. How do you recover from that instantly? And that shit would have fucked up the entire world.
Yeah, right. And then they have the perfect Christmas.
Yeah, what? Unreal, dude. Like everything's
that's why the ending just like it's like this ending's. And when go on, Zach. I can't hijack.
No, you can take it over after this. I'm only talking about the continuity and all that shit. That's even a contained thing in the movie. If you look at it, that's the problem. But overall, okay, so Batman would have been probably alive in 84. He probably is wishing for his dead parents to come back because that's the thing that he loves the most, that he would want to change.
But don't you think he'd be a kid in 84?
But he still would have seen that fool on TV and doing a wish. And is he going to say, no, I don't want my parents to come back? Is he going to give up his thing? I don't know. There's just like so many.
It reverses though.
But okay, realistically, is everyone going to overturn their wish in that moment?
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Even Batman would have a reason for that. He wanted a young kid. He'd be really young right now. And I don't know. And the thing is, how would people not know who Wonder Woman is? Because in the current part of the timeline, no one even knew who she was. She came out of fucking nowhere to roll in on Batman vs. Superman. Batman had been tracking her down, and he's a top guy to figure this kind of shit out. Detective, greatest
Worst detective ever.
World's greatest, right? And
no, I'm saying in this, he's the worst.
who, Batman? Damn, don't throw shade like that. That's fucking...
He's a kid still, bro.
Not my Batman.
Oh, you're talking about, well, he's a kid now, but I'm saying, dude.
Oh, in Batman vs. Superman, when you check it out.
Yeah,
yes.
He would remember this event, dude, as a fucking kid. You would remember this shit.
Yeah, totally. Yep, you're right.
Unless his parents were still alive at this point. I don't know, dude.
Even in that movie, no one really knew who Wonder Woman was.
That's what I mean. Oh, you talking about this one?
Okay. No, I'm talking about Batman vs. Superman, dog.
Right. That's right. Yes.
Okay.
That is the issue. That is the issue, bro.
Okay, I get it. Sorry, I was lost. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm saying that's kind of the issue. Even the mall scene, that's why I would have cut that down somehow, because she's destroying cameras after everyone's seen you. They'd have mock-ups of you. There's probably an artist literally there.
She shushes one child and like an entire mall sees her. That's going to do shit.
Amazon babe takes down...
Right,
4 armed robbers
with magical whip.
And they had pictures of her in World War I. She posed for a picture that was an iconic thing in the DC Universe history at the time. It had to have been. She ended World War I, basically. Iconic. But that's what I was going to say. I did like the mall scene for that, is that behind the scenes, I guess she has been still doing stuff. She's helping out ordinary people. She's not doing this high-scale world stuff. I feel like that almost makes sense to me, that I can think through why she never got involved with World War II. Or fucking Korea or any of that shit in between that she wouldn't get involved. But anyway, go on. I didn't mean to hijack you completely, Luke. Go for it.
You already hit the nail on the head. Everyone recanting their shit. Also, how the fuck was everyone even hearing them after she had already killed the signal, taking down the video camera? Who was he fucking talking to? And he's yelling and she's talking normally. And I don't know. It was just super weird and cheesy. And
10 minutes of him yelling into this fucking void and her thinking in her mind. I don't even know, dude. It was
just weird, dude. Yeah.
That part was like, all right, let's wrap this up, guys. You shouldn't be here this long. This would be happening in seconds or something. They were staying there for a long fucking time, dude.
Yeah. And Wonder Woman's monologuing that whole time, hitting us over the head with their message. Like, all right.
Yeah, dude. Just
Thank you. We get it.
Bitch slapping us with her message.
The truth.
Thought she was about to start singing Imagine at some point right there.
Imagine
Is everyone about to grab a Coke and starts fucking singing together?
Literally Gal Gadot thing they did. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's what she thought, bro. When she did the Imagine thing, she thought that was going to unite the world, just like that monologue. I can tell you right now, people would not recant their wishes like that easy.
Whoa,
I know, dude.
Whoa, you don't think so? Maybe the people who wish that they didn't send nukes down on everyone, that's pretty extra, dude.
Yeah.
I can tell you that my wish would not be that extreme.
I know. Why was Ronald Reagan's one wish to have more nukes? Yeah, that's fucking smart. Why wouldn't your wish just be, I wish the Soviet Union was destroyed?
Oh, well,
would that be your wish?
I don't think he was taking him super literally. He was just saying, what is your wish? It's not like he knew that this will actually come true. He's just, oh, this is what I want. I want more nukes.
Counter argument, though, to that point. How the fuck does this guy go even to the president and he knows the president had to know some weird shit was happening or heard about this guy. He came out of nowhere. Dude. This guy would taken over he did take the oil though. Remember they said half the oil was under his possession or control.
Oh, that's true. How the fuck did he get that? Okay, I guess it was,
just by like giving random people wishes and shit.
My problem wasn't even with the oil. That was not even an issue. No. I'm saying though.
The thing to me though was this whole thing at some point when he was giving out so many wishes. Yeah, I felt like that whole part was a fever dream because at some point when he was giving out a certain amount of wishes, people started to have their bodies be taken over by these supernatural force. Their minds weren't really operating their bodies, and But what I will say is, I think the villain, Pedro Pascal, he's not even really a villain. He's more of a great character. Like, he's human. He has his own motivations.
Yeah.
And I think he was a much better.
Definitely he's fucked up.
I think we're all fucked up, though, a little.
Horrible person.
Maybe not to that extent, but everyone's.
But that guy is, what, man? He up here,
my
bro.
thing was, if you had the stone, why would you want to become the stone? If I was him, I would have immediately said, can I have a shit ton of fucking oil and money? I wouldn't want all that shit.
But you get unlimited wishes if you become the stone.
I think that he must have figured that the only way that he could get to where he needed to be was by doing it that way, because he clearly had thought that path. He was obsessed with that thing. He threw all the shit off the table. This dude was so obsessed with this thing that he probably been thinking about that moment in his mind for years or something, man. He was studying that thing, that he knew what his plan was going to be.
Studying it, wouldn't you think that he had known that in order to receive, you also have to give? Just how Gal Gadot figured it all out like that. If he had been studying it for that long too,
maybe he figured that that's the only way that he can keep getting stuff for him, is that he's the one who's taking it from people. That it has to go to him. Whenever they get something, then he gets something in return.
There's a certain level of irrationality to this character because of the dire financial situation that he's in.
Oh, he's very desperate at that moment too. It's a good point.
he should have known, dude. Didn't he ever watch Aladdin? Come on, dude.
That's what I was thinking
That's
too.
grade 5. Like, dude,
He should have pulled a Jafar.
if you want everything, you're gonna get imprisoned. Come on, dude. You're fucking yourself.
Hey, Aladdin had not come out at that point. It was 1984.
Oh, good point.
True,
Good
dude.
point. Lessons
This is 84.
Yeah.
Hey, the facts, the real facts
That's
coming
true.
out right now.
It's true. Fuck.
Shit, dude. What a rebuttal. But what was Aladdin based off of? Now we got to think a step back, because whatever that was. Wasn't it Arabian Nights?
1001 Nights.
It's 1984. What else do you have to do than read, dude? Come on, guy. You should have read that. Idiot.
Hey, man, they got TV back then, bro. They had the Super
that's
Nintendo
true.
almost at that point, didn't
Like
they?
Atari and shit. They had to have
They
like
had video
some
games.
shit like
Yeah.
that.
We would have been killing it on the
Dude,
Atari.
I don't know what I've been doing in 84.
Galaga and shit.
Beating off to some Playboy. That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah, I guess.
Right. Like, is this the same year as Stranger Things took place in?
Oh, shit. Yeah, close. So
Pretty much.
So that's the same universe. They had been doing that shit at the same time, right?
Canon. That's canon. They're in the same universe.
Not another movie pod canon right there, is that same universe.
Everyone knows that.
I'm going to say that they're probably fucking around with their friends outside and messing with intergalactic creatures.
Unfucking real.
That's what was happening in the 80s. Unreal, man. Didn't aliens start becoming a big thing?
Yeah. I think that this movie had the whole reason I brought up this Lord character is I think he was a much better antagonist than Ares from the first movie. Much more complex and deep character, I thought. And more he was just interesting.
100%. I'm just basing that off of, I don't even remember Ares. So then, yes, that is my argument. That I enjoyed Pedro Pascal in this role. I actually thought it showed a lot of range for him. He was very crazy, dude. He was getting more insane as the movie went on. You saw it in his eyes and his acting, bro.
The fucking blood.
I was just cracking up at him, dude. I was cracking up at him anytime he came on the screen, dude, because he was losing his mind even more. And oh man, yeah, he was fun. He was a fun character for sure. He had a bigger role than I was really expecting too. Dude, if they did screen time for this movie or dialogue, he might have had the most. I don't know how to look that up, but him or Wonder Woman, maybe I'm wrong.
The first time I saw him in the commercial, dude, I had to do double take because I wasn't used to seeing him without a fucking mustache.
Yeah, man, he clean shave in this movie.
I was confused.
The Viper.
Our boy can clean up.
The Viper.
100% thought he was going to die, though. Can't believe he didn't die.
Yeah, surprised by that as well.
They kind of almost made him, they did make him have a comeback.
Full circle character arc.
Full circle arc. Yes. Good way to put it. See, Ross, this is why I need you. You know these fucking terms that I don't even know.
I'm here for the terminology. Besides that, I'm not talking. I'm just going to
Cut.
Just cut everything except for that.
Cut the dialogue, Julian.
Going back to talking about continuity with the whole event happening, I was thinking the same thing when I was watching it this whole time. I was under the implication that at the end of all this would all just be reversed, essentially. But I was really surprised by the fact that they continue to go forward with it and everyone still has their memories. Everything still actually happened, but their wishes were undone.
That's history, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be the biggest event in history, in modern history ever, because it affected everyone. It's like COVID. Everyone would know what that event was. It would be talked about in continuous movies. It'd have been references, sorry, is what I'm looking for. People would know who Wonder Woman is, man. People would fucking know who she is.
That's true.
There would be some kind of term for this whole thing that happened. I'm confused by how much it's getting shit on online. Part of it is when it first came out, there were some people that I saw that expressed that they liked the movie quite a bit. And later on, as more and more opinions started to come out, it seemed there was a lot of momentum going towards disliking this movie. And I think that changed a lot of people's opinions that might have otherwise liked it. And it kind of got all snowballed into this. Because I think that if you liked the first one, then I don't think there was that much to hate about this one. Besides some of the, like we were saying, some of the goofy effects h choreography wasn't that great. And there was also some minor, not even minor, but the continuity, the ending. But besides that, I thought there was a lot to like in this movie.
I would say, okay, so continuity, yeah, is a problem. I think it's a problem probably in most of the DCU. It's really a fucking mess. They should just restart it with Batman, this next Batman movie. They should scrap everything, start over. But if you look at it of just the movies with her, I guess, her movies and stuff, then the continuity was an issue, yeah. Oh, well, people shitting about it online and kind of the progression of where it started really positive to where it is now. That's probably because the internet is a bubble. And they already greenlit a sequel. Clearly, they've greenlit Wonder Woman 3. It's happening with Patty Jenkins writing and directing. Gal Gadot's back. And that's greenlighting something within pandemic. You have to take the pandemic factor in. But it had the biggest opening in the US in the pandemic so far. And literally theaters aren't open anywhere. It's fucking winter. It got 17 million more than... Okay, that's a bad number. Don't quote me on that. But it made a lot more than Tenet made in its opening weekend. So you have that factor. They probably got a lot of subscriptions off HBO Max. So you know that people still watched it, and the internet, people are going to express their opinion. You can influence that kind of stuff. The facts are, I guess it did drop from 89% on Rotten Tomatoes to 65% with the critics. That's a pretty steep drop. It lost its critic certified fresh rating. For me, it did have such a different tone though, dude. It really did. It was so different than the first one. The first one was very serious, and the first one to me was the first great superhero movie led by a woman. Really, dude. I thought that movie was so good. The No Man's Land scene was really good. And I don't even remember a moment in this movie where I thought anything was on that level of the No Man's Land scene. And I've told Luke to watch that movie a bunch because I actually think it's a pretty good superhero movie. And even with that movie, thinking back on that year, that came out the same year that Justice League came out. And Justice League was so fucking stepped down from that and did so bad with her character. It's so crazy to me that even this one, man.
Yeah, there was no action scene in this one that held the same emotional weight that No Man's Land scene held.
There's things we haven't even talked about yet. We haven't even talked about Cheetah. What did you guys think about Cheetah? With that casting and with everything about it. Major thing in the movie that felt like it even got... I almost feel like she should have been the main villain. That's in the comics and in lore. Cheetah that is Wonder Woman's rival, 100%, her main villain. And she was sort of sidelined for this guy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you wouldn't know that if you watched the movie, right? So
that's kind of a boner then. She should have been way more kick-ass. She should have gotten her powers in a different way.
So she could have kept them because now she's done, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a gimmick with her character.
It is a gimmick. I did think Kristen Wiig wasn't bad. I mean, without that prior knowledge, I thought she was pretty good. Only gripe I had was when Wonder Woman was wearing this kick-ass armor and all of a sudden this fucking chick, to my knowledge, I thought she was just some third-rate shit character, was just slapping all these little pieces off this armor one by one and destroying this armor. And I'm like, what the fuck? This armor was supposed to hold all of mankind back and she's tearing it apart? This is fucking stupid. But okay, now it makes more sense. Cheetah's supposed to be this
apex predator.
She's the Joker to the Batman, which I get now. But my first reaction to that was, why the fuck she's just tearing apart this armor that held back all of mankind? This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that was so bad. That armor was useless. It was to sell toys.
And it was supposed to be the goatest armor ever.
This woman held that shit back with that thing, yeah, and it got torn up in 2 seconds, man. Why even put that armor in there? How'd she get that? She carried that in her fucking backpack across the space and time when she was flying?
No,
Who even knows?
there was a scene of her going to get it.
No, yeah, she went.
Oh, she went back to her apartment and dipped out?
Bro, you see her whipping her ass across the lightning? Fuck yeah.
She's speeding.
That was cool. I didn't mind any of that. I don't mind her flying or any of the lightning
I
whip
like
and
how
all
she
that
figured
shit.
out how to fly. I like that.
That happens in the comics. I'm just going to say that for all the listeners who are angry about that shit. Not a problem, dude. That's in the comics.
When I was watching that, I was like, oh, that's sick. She fucking figured out how to fly. I thought that was pretty sick.
She doesn't fly in the Justice League movies, or does she, Ross? I don't think
she just jumps really far.
That could be another argument towards continuity. But
yeah, that's fucked up.
Continuity. Have I been saying that wrong this entire time? Help me.
I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to be a dick.
Well,
it was cool. The only thing I didn't like about it was the pose.
That didn't bother me.
Bro, that's a superhero pose, man. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Superman, dude. Green Lantern does that shit. DC tears that, pushes that in.
Green Lantern?
That's because he has the ring. He's leading with the ring.
Superhero pose, man.
And then Superman, I don't know why the fuck he does it.
Also, it's more aerodynamic, Ross. Come on, you're so dumb.
She cut through that wind. Don't matter.
It's aerodynamic. Your little wing cutter right here. Psst.
Wouldn't it be more aerodynamic to put your arms by your sides?
Ross, shut the fuck up, dude.
I'm about to use an argument against you that I know you'll understand. Okay.
Swimming. What do, Ross? You cut the fucking water like this.
No, that's because you have to reach forward to push the water back with your hand.
Luke, hold on. You have to use an argument that he will. Okay. You ready? I got you. So she's strong enough that she can cut through the air, then it makes sense, right? Oh, let's suspend our belief for just that she can cut through. I'm going to compare it straight to Vinland Saga. This man is pushing a boat. He's as strong as 5 people. Apply that same logic to Wonder Woman, bro, that she can cut through that shit.
So she can cut through the air with her hand?
Yeah, because she's strong as hell.
Yeah.
She goated, dude.
Come on, dude.
All right. I'm just going to drop it.
Ross, you're watching a chick whip around.
He got to say, all right. Wait, this woman.
You're watching a chick whip around fucking places on a whip.
She whipped an airplane and didn't crash. She could do crazy shit, man.
Oh.
With gravity. Gravity's
I'm not
not
saying that. She's hella strong and shit, and she's badass. I just thought that pose it looked goofy.
Okay. I'll give you it. But it's a classic DC superhero pose. I will say that too. In the grand scheme of the issues of this movie, not very high on my list.
Yeah, non-factor.
Damn, what else about this movie? I thought her life and her alter ego is cool too. Like, she's this badass archaeologist.
She was a couple things, wasn't she? She had 2 titles. Damn, girl. Of course. I mean, you've been chilling for 70 years. You have like 8 degrees.
She knew all the languages. That was cool.
Yeah, very smart, savvy person.
Exactly. She could teach probably languages too, man. They should have just given her more titles.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was all cool, setting up her character.
Her job made sense to me. I think isn't that the same shit that she was in the comics that lined up with that too? So
imagine all the shit you could learn in 2 lifetimes.
Oh my God.
Exactly, or forever, man.
If you knew you were going to live
talk about that all the time.
Twice as long, your goals could be so much larger.
You could take over the...
Zach's thinking about world domination.
You could build the next Amazon, man. Easy. 2 lifetimes.
So now that he became the stone and then he renounced his wishes, does that mean the stone's no longer a thing?
Does it exist out there now somewhere?
Is what I'm asking. Honestly, the first time when he said, I want to become the stone, I thought that meant he had to become immortal because the stone was a fucking stone. You couldn't really destroy it.
You got to ask that God, man. I don't know.
What if he literally turned into the stone?
I guess that's a dumb question, but...
No, it's a good one. It's movie logic for this, and I have no fucking idea. They didn't give us any...
Because obviously he could just renounce it and there's no more stone no more.
Right, or that fool can be like, oh shit, that almost ended the world. I'm going to make another one. throw it down on Earth somewhere.
Yeah, who is this
Who
god? How
knows?
many gods are there in Wonder Woman's universe?
I thought it was just Greek gods.
Didn't do enough research. Ross, tell me. Take it away.
I thought it was just Greco-Roman gods, but I'm not sure if it extends to Egyptian gods as well, or Norse gods, or what other.
So they're
like,
Amazonians.
which is from Greek mythology.
Yeah. They talk about this in Justice League. So there's Amazonians and there's Aquaman's people,
Yeah,
the Atlanteans.
Yeah.
What are they lore of?
Greek mythology too. It's been
So probably
speculated
Greek.
that Atlantis was off of the Mediterranean Ocean.
So is Hercules in DC? He is, right?
He's in Marvel.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
He might be in DC too.
Oh, man. I don't know either. I don't know. So
Wait, look.
who knows how many gods, Luke? Steppenwolf, what's he a god of?
Are you guys sure that it was World War One?
Yeah.
For the first
For the first
Hercules
movie?
is-
100%. It was like what was that movie we watched this year? It was big trenches and you had no man's land. Because she's running over no man's land.
Okay.
1917. Good movie. Great movie.
I was just reading Wonder Woman's wiki and it says woman's character was created during World War II.
I guess that's a retcon.
I was just wondering. I just wanted to make sure you guys had it right.
I don't know her comic book shit, but in the movie, it was 100% World War One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because, 100% World War One. When, what's his name, emerged. Chris Pine crash land on the planet or island.
Dude, so he had some little fucking shitty bullshit plane.
Yeah, it was pretty trash.
Some rickety ass wood ass plane.
It was a biplane for sure.
Yeah. Then he just flying 1984 jets, no problem.
Yeah, I know. Okay, see, I thought he was a World War II pilot, and I was like, okay, that makes sense why he's looking for fuel navigation, figuring it all out. But bro, from World War I to some fucking modern ass jet, dude, there's no fucking way he could have flown that shit,
But
dude. Come on,
He
yeah.
also knew how to fly the really big bombers. The plane that he flew at the very end of the first Wonder Woman was this really big.
Okay, so he is
bomber
a natural.
Yeah.
Good point. He's kind of a natural at this shit. But
Even a bomber plane in World War One was a propeller plane, not a fucking jet
Yeah.
engine, dude. That doesn't make sense.
What'd you think about the invisible jet though?
I renounced my argument on playing schematics and shit like
The
that.
invisible jet was cool because we watched her unlock that power in real time, so I thought it was cool.
Yeah, whatever. That's in the comics, dude. She's got an invisible jet, bro. That's canon.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever. I guess it's some 1984 ass jet. That's outdated now. She better get a new one. She needs a modern day invisible jet. She's an ability that she knows though. Yeah, she did
Yeah.
that,
She learned that from Papa Zeus.
bro. She should make herself invisible all the time and just fuck dudes up.
Yeah, why doesn't she do that?
Switch it up. Here.
But maybe she only knows how to make objects invisible, not herself. She only thinks she can use it on other things.
I love this. You know what's great about this pod is that we got Luke trying to talk through random scenarios, like explain how it makes sense
Make it make sense.
for this fucking movie. It's great. I love it. That's a good argument. Yeah, I think in the comics that she just had. I don't remember why she had an invisible jet, but she had it, and so toss it in. I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
My
she
thing was just like, didn't she get into that museum because of her card? Wouldn't they know who she is then? That she stole the jet?
yeah, that's
The
what
renowned
Oh yeah,
fucking
100%.
when she got in with the card and then everyone started freaking out when she took off. I was
Yeah, but it's 1984, dude. They don't have that kind of technology. Maybe.
I don't know.
Apparently not. I thought Cheetah looked like something out of Cats. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really dig her design. That action scene was a little bit underwhelming for me too.
Which one?
They were underwater. I thought that she died. Oh, fucking sick. They just killed her? Sweet,
Yeah.
dude. That's actually a deep thing.
Why didn't Wonder Woman die when she got electrocuted? She was in the water.
And
too.
I figured if she can lash onto lightning, then that ain't gonna fuck
That's
with her.
true. I
Getting
didn't think about
zapped under
that.
there.
Yeah.
I'm
true.
looking this shit up.
Well, because she got shot with the bullet, and so I was like, "Oh, what?" But I guess she was losing her power.
She was powered up. Yeah, at that point, she will renounced. Chris Pine's dead again. She's back, but she has this gold armor for some reason, even though she didn't need it anyway. And she's under the water. This chick, I thought, died, got fried, bro. I was like, oh, sweet, dude. That's pretty dark. I like that. Then she's chilling on the fucking beach line. At the end of the movie, I was like, what, dude?
Yeah, but Cat
She drowned. She either drowned or she got shocked.
Cat's got 9 lives.
Oh, dude. See, look at you. Tonight, you're on a fucking roll,
Fuck
man.
me up,
Talking
Daddy.
through these ridiculous. Oh, man. Mad props, bro. Hey, man. 9 lives are great argument. Damn. She's coming back in the sequel then, huh?
When they're fighting, my family the whole time was like, all right, they got to kill this motherfucker 9 times.
Your family woke, bro. They ahead.
She like
Head of the curve.
9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yo, I'm looking this up right now, and apparently she is resistant to electricity, but I'm not really sure the
Are you
explanation.
talking about in the movie? Because definitely in the movie.
comics. Yeah, in the comics, she is.
Oh, okay. We getting old, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
We're getting
dude.
old.
I'm feeling it. My body's feeling old.
Dude, big
That's
hype,
for
though.
sure.
We're making it. We're still alive.
Shut the
Yeah,
Let's
we
keep
should
pushing
be. I mean,
on.
as we should.
right,
As we should, dude. At 20 fucking in our 20s, dude.
bro. I got 80 years left in me. What you talking about, pimps?
I got 1,000. Upload my shit.
Don't upload.
I'm uploading you.
When I get old enough, I want to die. I want to be dead. I will never be alive.
The only thing that worries me about being uploaded is that just going to be a perfect copy of me that acts exactly like me, but the actual me is going to be dead. Well, I don't know.
Ross, they're gonna put your brain in a back to tank, bro.
If it's your mind, if it's you, Chris Pine style Wonder Woman, it's still you. I feel like we've talked about this shit.
We definitely have.
Your body will die, bro, but your mind can keep it going.
Yeah, my mind's kind of worthless though, dude. Let me die. Let me go.
But if you had 2 lifetimes, Luke, to learn, you're saying if you had 2 lifetimes to learn
I mean, I'd be
and keep
smart as
learning, dude,
shit,
you'd be the
bro.
smartest person in 100 years. Yeah, you'd have like knowledge that no one would have ever.
Fuck no. Still,
Too many drugs, dog.
Let me
Too many
go.
drugs.
If your mind was integrated though with a supercomputer or some kind of AI, that would
No.
take it to even another level.
No.
Oh well.
Put me to rest. I don't want to be integrated. I don't want to be no fucking Elon Musk super chip motherfucker, dude. I just want to be me. And when I am old and rusty, put me down.
Dude, fuck Elon Musk. We'll make our own super chip.
Yeah, but he's a lot smarter than us.
I think his engineers are a lot smarter than us, but him personally, I mean, he's pretty smart, but
Luke, you just gotta hire smart. That's all you gotta do.
That's true.
Can trick the world. You know what? No one ever talks about that, even with Wonder Woman, dude. No one even talks about how she's been living. Everyone she probably knew died. That's crazy too.
But wasn't that the whole storyline between her and her ex-boyfriend?
yeah, and it did show the pictures of her still being young with all of her friends aging up and dying. She had all those pictures
Oh,
through her
right.
apartment.
When she came to America.
I thought that was part of her dilemma in the movie.
Good point. Good
Am
point.
I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably outlived everyone she ever knew at that point, right? In 84. So you think that her first friend was the Cheetah girl?
Oh, like girlfriend
New friend?
or first new friend?
Yeah, sorry. First new friend.
Probably, I guess.
Probably, yeah.
You could see that she'd been dating throughout the years because of all those just random guys that she knew.
You think
What do you mean?
What? No way. I don't think she was.
What random
Dude,
guys? And who
no
are you
fucking
talking about?
way. He's talking about
Or maybe not.
he's talking about the gala or whatever. No way she settled for any of those
No.
idiots. No way.
No, I'm
No,
not.
they all started slobbering over her. That's all that
I wasn't
was.
saying she had sex with them or
Yeah.
anything, but maybe she went out on a date with them or gave them a chance, but then she was like, oh, no, fuck this. Clearly.
No.
She wasn't
Fucking
about
around.
it.
No.
It doesn't even count anyway.
No. I don't even think that.
Me neither, but it still doesn't even. You could go on a date with someone, doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I'm not saying it mattered. I'm just saying she was out there, or I don't even know if she was out there or if they were just being creepy fuckers.
Probably just creepy drunk idiots at this random gala. Yeah. Dumb fucks, yeah.
Dudes that worked with her. They worked with this chick. Now they're drunk. Now they're trying to make their move. That's what it's kind of seemed like.
Now they're like, oh shit, maybe I'll say something to this woman that's clearly out of my league. Clearly, Gal Gadot's gorgeous.
Right?
These guys were all idiots, nerds, dude, working at this museum. Bro, this guy was like flexing about being an intern. Shut the fuck up, guy. Come on. In this movie, they made Reagan look like an idiot. Fair.
He would totally look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're probably trying to reflect real life in that.
Dude, I thought it was hilarious because when we were watching that and the guy was like, what do you wish for? And my sister was sitting over there and she's like, world peace. And then he was like, more nukes. fucking closer to the Russians, more nukes. We want more war. And my sister was like, oh God, fuck.
I thought the same thing. Why wouldn't he just say Soviet Union to be gone or world peace or some shit like that? If we just had more nukes, like
Yeah.
that makes fucking sense. Idiot.
One thing I thought that was cool about this movie was the premise was actually kind of unique. It wasn't just, oh, we're going to shoot up a crazy laser beam and this massive alien army is going to come down and they got to close the laser beam before they take over Earth or some shit like that. It was interesting. Hadn't seen it done before. And it really showed what people were willing to do for their dreams or their goals or their wishes or whatever. And it kind of showed the good and the dark side of what all that brings.
Mm-hmm.
Really good take, Ross.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do we have any other complaints on this movie, or can we move on? How long have we been talking about this movie?
Wow. You want to rate it? You know what's weird is that this movie is actually thematically, even though the quality is vastly different, thematically it's pretty close to Soul, having to do with people's dreams and what they're willing to do to attain them, and why a dream or a spark or anything like that really matters and what matters in life.
You were right, dude. Natalie said the exact same thing.
Decent argument.
Yeah.
I watched them back to back. Natalie said that, and I thought the exact same thing, dude.
Wow.
Great minds think alike.
I like the take, Ross. What do you think was better?
Oh, Soul, definitely. Soul is amazing, dude.
Okay. Before we start, Soul. We need to rate this movie. We got to go 1 to 100, and we also need to talk about your thoughts on her directing the next Star Wars movie. This is the director of the next Star Wars movie right here, Patty Jenkins.
You want to go, Luke, or you have thoughts on that?
Do rating first, though.
I'll rate it 78.
Oh, you did 70s too.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
Great, fair. 78.
Yeah, I was gonna go with 76. I thought there was a lot to enjoy in the movie. There's some issues with it, but I didn't get the hate.
What did you enjoy? I want to hear what you guys really. Let's do a little positive part, but do a recap real quick.
Beginning and ends, they fucking suck, but the middles, where Gal Gadot and Chris Pine, they're reliving their time together, and Chris Pine was discovering the 80s. And
Yeah, they were vibing.
And the fight scene in the desert was pretty cool, and they were building up Max Lord throughout the middle part, and it was totally enjoyable. I mean, the only scenes at the beginning that I fucking didn't like were American Ninja Warrior on the Amazons and the mall scene.
First two scenes. You didn't like the first two. So you thought I should have dropped. This is interesting because I'm going to bring up one point on that is that Warner Bros. Said to Patty Jenkins, the director, and you either need to cut the opening scene, the Amazon scene, or you need to cut the mall scene. They told her that, but they actually said mall scene first. Mall scene, or you need to get rid of the other one.
Yeah, I would have gotten rid of the mall scene first. Mall scene was
Yeah.
a little worse than the American Ninja Warrior scene.
The mall scene was one of the lower tier scenes in this movie. It was the worst scene in probably the first hour of that movie.
I thought the first scene was great, though. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Also, the building of the friendship between Minerva and Diana, I like those scenes also. Everything in the middle, don't like the end and beginning.
Do you feel like they needed to build them their friendship up more? They just knew each other, really. They kind of just met.
They did go to dinner together.
They hit a connection off immediately. They start becoming friends. Dude, how often do you meet somebody and then you're like, yo, let's hang out right fucking now? That doesn't happen a lot.
I'm talking to two right now.
Okay, that's true.
No, but but we're doing a podcast together. We're fucking buds.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I met two that I'd be like, hey, dude, you want to do a podcast? Probably you fucking two idiots. That's a good point. That they were Wonder Woman went and vouched for her right at the beginning. She came to her defense and it built from there, and all that was really good.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm just questioning it for the sake of trying to question it.
All right, you fucking dick. So, yeah, 78. And I rate it 78 because honestly, I rate it lower than The Mandalorians just because really it's so arbitrary. I just like Star Wars better. Star Wars, it's just so easy to rate it higher, dude.
Yeah. Star Wars will always give that When Ross said the other day that you just elevate Star Wars a little bit more than it probably deserves, it was correct. Very good statement.
Yeah, Star Wars just does it. I mean, it's just so nostalgic for one. But I had a question. What do you guys think about Max Lord's son? Did you guys like that character? I mean, he wasn't in it too much or anything.
Fucking just throw in random character.
Yeah.
Actually,
why was his wish the only wish that didn't mean shit?
why? Yeah, he said, I want to wish to be like my dad. What did he say? What was his wish again?
He said, I wish for your greatness. And he started freaking out. He's like, no, you wasted your wish, because he wanted him to wish for his own greatness. And he was like, no. But then he hugged. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good turning point that, dude, your kid just wants you to be happy so that you damn, dude, that's sad.
Yeah.
That kid deserved the world. But his acting, don't care, because I don't really even give. If it was bad, I don't even knock him because it's the writing. It's that's what the problem would be coming from. He's a kid, dude. I don't judge kids like that. That's so hard. It'd be like the Phantom Menace. I never talk about Anakin's acting because even the other day I was watching a scene where he leaves his mother and I thought it was actually a very good scene. So it was just the writing of that movie. If there's any problem with it, it goes to the writing. I will never really diss a kid. That's a kid, dude. 8 years old, 9 years old. Pretty good acting for a 9-year-old, probably. I mean, probably less.
To get to Jake Lloyd, they had to whittle down like 1,000 different people.
Then I wish for your greatness. That's what he says.
I wish for your greatness. Damn, that kid loved his dad and he wanted his dad's love, man. Stupid little kid, but respect. I'm going to give a 70 to Wonder Woman because it's definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen. I see these ratings where people are giving it like a 5-star review and less. It's literally at the moment rated the worst movie in the DCEU. That is unbelievable to me because Ross, you're muted. I saw that reaction, but yeah, that reaction, same as me. Suicide Squad, trash. Justice League, garbage. I mean, dude, the DCU is trash, and I don't feel like that this was the worst thing I've ever seen in that universe, for one. The continuity errors, are bad, but if you treat it like that it's its own thing and Patty Jenkins is like, oh, I'm going into my own universe because damn, that shit in the DCU, trash. I don't even really want to be that connected to it anyway. I just got paid anyway. Give me that 10 million, 15 million, whatever she got paid for that, doing my own thing. Then whatever, dude, your own universe or it's an alternate universe. I don't know. I don't care. Thinking of it in the perspective of the story, still a 70 because your strongest character to me was your villain without superpowers, Maxwell Lord. Pedro Pascal did really well with that role. Great casting him. He's a great actor, man. Everything I've seen him in, I thought that he did well, except for the one movie I remember. It's not even that he didn't do well, but I remember I watched this movie with Denzel Washington where he's the villain, Equalizer 2, and it was kind of mid. And that was probably the role that I didn't think he didn't really bring anything to besides that otherwise. And I thought he brought a lot to this role, and I liked the Lex Luthor feel to him. And I was literally cracking up at him while I kept going through this movie. I was laughing. I was like, oh, this guy's funny. The rest of the movie, I don't know. The rest of the movie was whatever, man. I've already said my thoughts, I think, for the most part. So I'm going to give it a 70. Wonder Woman 3, sure. I'll probably watch it. It's going to come out in theaters again. Rogue Squadron. I'm not out on Patty Jenkins all the way yet. She did Monster. Fucking great movie. And Wonder Woman, the first one, great movie. So she's got 2 great movies in my book. I'm not out. She should rehire whoever the fuck did the stunts for the first movie, and she should not write. That's all I'm saying. And I know she's going to write partially the next one, but hire someone who's a good writer, get them in here, rework your script, whatever your idea, probably has a treatment for the third movie. She needs to pass that along, or Warner Bros. Is going to say, hey, man, we need to get someone else to look at this because this has to be a lock. So,
wait, what do you mean by treatment? I'm not familiar with that term when it comes to
how George Lucas had treatment for the sequel trilogy, as in he knew where the main plot points and where he wanted to go and write around it. It's kind of like George R.R. Martin with Fire and Blood. He has a in-depth treatment to where the major plot points are, and you can fill in the rest around it. Or J.R.R. Tolkien with The Second Age. You have the major plot points, you can do what you want with the story development to these plot points, but you needed a second opinion. It's
So
what
an outline basically for what you're gonna do.
it's kind of like an outline or a treat. Yeah. Similar. That's a good point. Outline. No, even an outline might have dialogue and stuff too.
But it's a pre-existing
Yeah.
outline.
It's just something that you know where your story wants
Yeah.
to go. So, yeah, that's what I think. The first sequence, I liked it. I liked seeing young Diana. She might have been more badass than older Diana. Then it goes into that mall scene. First time I was like, oh, kind of shaky. Then it got into building up these characters. I was okay with that. I didn't even care that there wasn't any action. The action sequence for me out in the desert, I don't know. It wasn't the most amazing thing in the world. It wasn't horrible.
It was the best action sequence of the movie.
You think so?
Easily, yeah.
Damn.
Percent that was fucking easy.
Shit,
Her
dude.
pushing
The
that
cat
truck.
fight,
Oh,
the cat fight,
so
not good. The fucking mall scene, not good. That scene, a tier above those other two.
That's right. Those were the three, huh?
pretty much, yeah.
Shit.
Well, the first scene too, if you consider that.
No, but as far as old Wonder Woman, yeah, those are probably the three.
The first scene, I got some Mulan vibes from, honestly, just because of her resourcefulness and the odds that she was facing. She was facing these grown-ass Amazonian warriors, and she was outsmarting them at every turn, except for when she got cocky and she kept looking back and then she ran to the branch. But besides that, it was dope. I like that. And you brought up a great point, Zach. This movie was legit pretty funny. I think almost every joke that they brought up pretty much landed for me. I mean, there might have been a couple, but for the most part, every time they pitched a joke, I laughed at it. It landed.
Yeah, it was a lot more funny than the first movie. There was humor throughout. Yeah. For me, I don't know if you really need to bring back her boyfriend. That was kind of weird. I could see why people have problems with her having sex with some dude who doesn't remember what is happening to him.
Yeah.
Because imagine the flip scenario, that would probably be an issue. There would definitely be an issue. I know the PC culture world, they would go ham on that. If it was flip, people would have an issue.
It's basically an extended date rape.
He was into her at the end. I think that's why they throw that scene at the very end where you could tell that he was kind of into her anyway. From people trying to be problematic to a film, I can see why people will bring that one up specifically, that instance.
Let's move along.
Move along. That's it. I think I covered everything, man, in this movie. Thought it was mid. 70.
Ross, what was your rating?
I said 76, and then you went 78, right?
Yeah. Okay.
On IMDb, it's ranked the worst DCU movie. That's
Which
incorrect. I'd still stand by that.
Horseshit.
That's stupid. Yeah, no, it shouldn't be ranked that low. And 65% Rotten Tomatoes seems about correct. It was one or the other. I didn't hate it, man. Like, I can't say that I hated this movie. I didn't really care either.
When you talked to Danielle, also, why did she say she hated it? Because I felt the same way as Luke. When I saw that, I was thinking that influenced me on your opinion, because I thought if Danielle hated it this much, I bet Zach hated it a lot too. But Danielle is pretty critical on movies.
Because she loved Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was on a different tier than this movie for sure. But I did ask her that myself because I was like, damn, I would not say I hated that movie. I didn't think about the movie after until we were talking about how I'm going to pot it. And I was like, okay, think about it more, and thought it was kind of mid. And when I texted you guys, yeah, but hating it, dude, that's such a strong term. Hating a movie I can't even think of recently. Even the worst movie we've reviewed on this podcast wouldn't say I hated.
I can't even think of any person that I hate, and people have done some fucked up shit to me and just in general.
Yeah, Hitler. I hate him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, trash ass.
I'm saying in my personal life.
Hating a movie is 50% and under instantly, like 50 and under score. There's parts of movie I've hated. I've hated some shit in movies for sure. But there wasn't anything I felt that strongly about, because I don't know, I'm not completely invested in this character, or not even just this character, but this universe, dude. DCU is trash. Started over with fucking Batman. I do not care. You know what I mean? It's like Star Wars, dude. Started over with The Mandalorian. I don't care.
Do you see all those people talking about making the sequels legends?
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. So stupid. How fucking stupid could you be if you think that that's really what's happening?
You know how pissed off all the actors and directors would be? They would never, ever work with Disney again.
No, or Lucasfilm. But Lucasfilm wouldn't disrespect. This is such a different topic, but Lucasfilm would never disrespect people that they hired to do that. Because even if it's your decision to write and act or whatever, but the people behind the scenes are putting in all the effort they can for these movies, these Star Wars productions, and they don't have any control over the story. So I don't feel like you would disrespect it like that for a movie or TV production, especially if you're Disney, dude. It's your own product. You're not going to fucking then say, oh, we're retconning that immediately.
No, I don't. That's not happening. That's stupid.
They're just going to try to tie it in some way that doesn't necessarily make sense, but whatever, dude. We're already talking about the Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight, dude. If they did it, I don't think they're going to do it, but if they did it, I still wouldn't give a shit because whatever, dude. Just give me something amazing. That's all I want. Wow me.
Yeah, if the choreography's on point, if the emotion behind the fight is hitting on a different level, I do not give a fuck. Like, I will enjoy it.
Let's move on. We don't even gotta talk about that shit. We're losing Luke. Let's talk soul, dude. Soul.
Dude, I love that.
Go for it, Ross.
The perfect word that I kept coming away from this movie with was it's intimate. It's so familiar and relatable, and every person can understand it. It's like you're chasing this dream. You want this dream, but what comes after that dream? What fulfillment is this going to bring you? What's important in life? And it's very relatable to anybody who watches it, I think, because everyone is always looking for their purpose in life. Felt like a love letter just from the people that made it, like the animators. In every scene, I could feel that they were pushing this theme of the movie. And I don't know, I loved it. I loved all of that. That's my initial take for it.
It was a good movie. It didn't make me feel deeply, or when I first watched it, I didn't realize there was going to be this other realm to it. And so when he dropped down the manhole and then all of a sudden he was in the grate before, I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
That happened really early too. That actually got straight into that. That was surprising.
Yeah, I know, dude. I wasn't ready for that. And I was like, wait, what is going on? And then I was trying to process it all. I guess I get where this movie is. But the part that I liked a lot was when he was the cat and then the girl was in him, and
Tina Fey.
22.
Tina Fey was in him, and she was like figuring out the world and stuff. That was really fun to watch, and it was a good movie. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it didn't make me cry or nothing.
You didn't think it was top tier Pixar?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I don't know.
As far as the animation, though, would you say it's top tier?
There's nothing even wrong with saying if you don't think it is, because Pixar's made some phenomenal shit, iconic stuff. So you wouldn't say this is an iconic movie, is what you're saying? No, I won't even say that. But
if you want to say iconic, no, definitely not iconic. No.
No, there's definitely nothing wrong with your take. What do you think about it as far as a purely animation perspective, though, standpoint?
It was Pixar. It was pretty good.
You expect greatness from Pixar, right? Pushing the limits.
Okay, Ross, in terms of animation, really fucking good. When he plays the piano, his fingers are in sync with the piano. It's really fucking good in terms of finger movements. I don't know what they were trying to push with this one. Each Pixar movie, they're working on something in terms of animation. I don't know what they were working on in this one, but what stood out to me was how fluid his finger movements were with the notes and with the music as he was playing the piano. That was really impressive to me. But I mean, besides that, it wasn't anything groundbreaking for me. It wasn't anything that made me go like, wow, this movie was phenomenal.
I don't want to keep Zach from his point for too long, but I just want to add one point on that. I think the groundbreaking aspect of the animation in this movie for me was the lighting and the faces. The human faces were so realistic. Even just people in the background, you could see their expressions.
Can I add a thought onto that before you go more into it?
Yeah, go for it.
If you look at Pixar and Toy Story, what is that, 1995, 1994, whatever, early 90s, and how they had to use the same face for all of the kids. What was their guy's name? Andy or something like that? Andy was him. Andy was Andy, and he was also Andy's friends because they're the same face. So if you look at it from that 25 years later and where they're at with the animation styles, and the barber looks so unique, and almost every human character they showed looks so unique, and the focus even on Black characters too, with their features and how different it can be. And it just looks so good. with the hair and all that stuff.
Yeah, each character looked unique, but the Incredibles, each character looked unique too.
But I would say even like now, like
Monsters
dude, his
Inc. Each
hairline,
character looked unique.
when they're cutting their hair and shit and how realistic it looked, maybe that's such small thing for me, but like in an animation perspective,
Each monster looked unique. Each monster's hair looked unique. I don't know. It just wasn't that much different.
we're talking about Toy Story 4 last year and how the hair on the dog looked so realistic. And then they even built on that now even more for hair on humans. And okay, from that perspective, maybe it's not a big evolution from Toy Story 4, but from looking at perspective of where they were making movies in the 90s to now, it's like, damn, dude.
Well, yeah, no shit. 30 years ago,
Sure.
kind of a natural.
So you're
progression.
saying you expect that. That doesn't factor into your...
Yeah, that's not that big of a groundbreaker.
And there's diminishing returns there too, as far as pushing the technology. I think they just built on what they did in Toy Story 4 really well, and Onward as well. Onward was a beautiful movie.
Onward was a beautiful movie, yeah.
Coco, dude. Coco was fire. So good.
Coco was really good. Totally deserved to win Best Animated Picture that year.
Wait, did it not?
It did.
Okay, hell yeah. That's good.
It did. Well, maybe double check that, but I'm really sure that it won because that movie was really good.
I definitely cried in that movie. Holy shit.
They had probably 3 or 4 animation winners, and they were the first studio to really get an animated film to get nominated for even Best Picture or to really be in the conversation with Wall-E. I think that was it.
Yeah, they won with Coco.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I'm proud. And another aspect of this movie I absolutely loved was the music. The music. I also took an edible right before this movie, so I was in it. I was laser focused. It really felt like, the zone that he was talking about, which is a flow state in your brain. It's been coined by people who've studied this. You enter this flow state where ideas connect in your brain much faster and your body reacts much faster. And I felt that a little bit too, even when I was just listening to the music.
There's science behind that?
Yeah, there's science behind being in the zone. Is called being in the flow state.
That's fucking sweet. Didn't know that.
Pretty dope. But the music was amazing, I thought. The jazz. So good.
Yeah, man. It's a fucking good movie. I'm rewatching right now, and the animation was phenomenal, as always. And I thought even with this one, it felt way more adult themed. It felt like it built on Inside Out and some elements with Up, and that there was very dark, not dark, but real elements.
Like mature.
You guys said the animation was phenomenal, but the principal and the doctor was the exact same person. They reused people just like they reused people in the very first Pixar.
The principal, say that again, sorry.
Really?
The principal and the doctor was the same person. Not the same person, but the same character.
Yeah. Principal and the doctor. Who was you'd have to show me. Honestly, if you're right, then I believe you because I don't even remember that.
Hold on, let me try to bring it up.
All the little soul creatures when he's dead, all of them look so unique. Even the ones who are these lost souls up in the universe. And
yeah, what did you guys think about the Great Beyond, Great? Lump those together, the Great Beyond and the Great Before versus the real world. Do you think one was more entertaining than the other? Do you think one detracted from the other? Or do you think they complemented each other well, or what?
It felt very Pixar to me.
Yeah, very Inside Out. I like that you brought that up, Zach, because I thought the same thing. It was
same director.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's connected to Up somehow too. The director.
It was a very creative concept too. I liked how they didn't just say, "Oh, this is heaven. God is real." It went a little more scientific with it. It was like some multiverse shit or something.
Yeah, I like that too. I wish I had seen this one in theaters.
For real.
More than even Wonder Woman, that the visuals and seeing this in IMAX and the colors popping out like that on a big ass screen. Like I'm rewatching it on my computer right now and there's so many colors to it. It had a lot more colors than I was expecting. I didn't really realize that there was going to be this whole other realm to it as much as like Luke did. I thought that might have been a minor thing, but he's bouncing between. And like that guy's flipping the signs and shit on it. That guy cracked me up, dude. In his zone, in a different world.
This is hippie dude.
Yeah, hippie guy.
Big guy.
And I like the message too that you can have such an influence on especially a young person, or in this instance, it's a new person, but young people as an adult, you can have such an influence in what they think and how it's got to be a good teacher, basically is what they're saying.
Yeah. And with the student that he had who was learning the trombone, same deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they do look really similar.
I mean, they're damn near the same person with bigger eyes because you're up close. up closer.
They look similar, but I think they're different people.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's pretty fucking...
Pretty close.
They're
So.
pretty similar. The only reason is that the shots of the prince are a lot closer than the shots of the doctor, because the doctor's kind of in the background when she's in frame.
They changed the doctor's nose and made her cheeks puffier.
Yeah. Because I was going to say the principal's cheeks look more pronounced.
And they made her a little bit tubbier, too, the doctor. That's a good point, though, dude. Didn't even catch that. Look at Luke here.
Eagle eye.
I'm just saying, dude. I don't know. It wasn't like outstanding.
This girl's not in focus, but for the shit that they had in focus and major characters, even if they had a ton of dialogue or even a little bit of dialogue, that their character renders look pretty good. And yeah, we can sort of say that, oh, we expect that from Pixar, but it still looked really good. And I thought it was a very beautiful film.
But you're going to say that about every fucking Pixar movie. Dude, every fucking Pixar movie that comes out, you're going to say the exact same thing. All the renders are going to be good. It's going to look crisp. You're going to like it.
As they should. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why that should be a negative or a positive. That should just be expected.
With this one, though, because they're going to a different realm, it's not just you're doing this one world. They actually made this other world felt like a different world, and the visuals felt different and the feel felt different.
But that's what they specialize in making other kind of worlds feel.
We shouldn't take it for granted.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
At the same time, the Great Before, that was pretty simplistic.
I got to the part with the doctor, and you're so right, Luke. Great call. They changed her nose. They made the doctor's nose way bigger, but she has glasses.
But they look so similar, don't they?
They look enough similar that their eyes, yeah, I'd say enough that it seems too similar that you could have just done a different character completely.
Yeah.
Their cheeks and their hair and the style of their face is very similar, but then they change all the features. But they both have glasses and same eye color and, yeah, skin color.
It looks like they took the principal and edited her a little bit to fit that scene.
Yeah, tweaked your model a little bit.
Yeah.
I think your points are valid, but at the same time, I don't think it's right to take this level of greatness for granted, because you look, there's a ton of animated movies out there. How many of them live up to this level of quality?
Wait, what do you mean a ton? There isn't a ton.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of animated movies.
The only animated movies out there are goddamn near Pixar and Disney. What other fucking animated movies are out there? Are there?
Maybe you're just not looking.
Big motion picture movies like this.
To this level.
There aren't. There are not.
100 million budgets. I don't know. That's a great
There
point.
are none.
That's the reason they're so successful, though, is because of their...
That scene where he
greatness.
she's trying to adjust into that body is really funny. And he's a cat.
Everyone's looking at him.
They're walking through the doctor's office. Yeah.
Another thing that was great about it was at the very beginning when it was doing the Disney music and shit, and it was just this trash junior high band class doing it. I thought that was funny. I thought that was good. As soon as it was happening, I was like, this is some just trash ass middle school band class.
Bro, dude, I didn't get that because my middle school band class was pimping, dude. We busted out some tunes.
Same.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, what instrument did you play?
Electric guitar.
Straight
That was
cut.
like the slap.
Yeah. Hey! Or the Hey song.
So you played guitar, Ross, and what did you play, Luke?
Baritone.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I played
you play?
saxophone, tenor.
Oh. Dude.
Really? Zach with the sax?
I quit after a year, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Classy
Unreal,
man.
dude.
Classy
Bro,
man.
I was ripping a baritone for 3 years straight. What's up?
I switched to choir, though, right after.
So you could get an easy A? Or did you actually sing it?
I got applied into it because you had to do an elective, and hey, this ain't even that bad. Fuck it, dude. All I gotta do is hold a baritone tone. Fine.
I guess band is a pretty easy A too.
Instruments can be tough, man. You had to go through so many reeds with saxophone.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I played guitar for 5 years probably. I was ripping on the electric guitar.
Wow. Can you still play it or what? You forget it already?
I've forgotten everything.
Damn.
Unreal.
Yeah. I could probably pick it up way faster than somebody who's never played before, but I would have to get back into it,
Disappointing.
I guess. I assessed that it was a skill I no longer needed and I dropped it.
What, dude? Know an instrument? Increases your brain capacity pretty much.
Yeah, but that's why I'm learning a new
Brain
language.
cat.
Learning a new language does the same thing, basically.
Yeah, but you're too late, bro. You're too old.
Fuck no.
That's what they tell us.
Yeah, they want us to die. They want us to go down without a fight.
Bro, okay, here's my argument against not being able to learn shit. You still learn stuff your entire life. I'm still smarter at 27 than I was at 23 now. You're still going to learn. You can still learn how to play an instrument. You still learn how to do anything you want.
But as fast, you can't learn shit as fast.
I feel like I'm learning faster.
I like the message of this movie. It doesn't just speak to kids. It speaks to everyone that you got to make the most of every moment of every day. Everything should be fun. You should feel like you're invested in what you're doing with your life. And I thought it was a good message. I don't know if they've treaded on that ground. Maybe they have with Inside Out and to aspect with Up, doing the most with your life. So I liked all that. And it was very funny, dude. It was very funny. Like they're making fun of the Knicks. I was dying laughing, dude.
That cracked me up so fucking hard.
It's like, oh, I've been messing with this team for decades.
Yeah, there was such good humor throughout this entire movie that I was laughing. I was up at midnight and I watched it when it came out, like a Mandalorian episode, and I didn't fall asleep, which is amazing for one, because it was a decent length movie. The humor was great, man. And Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, very solid, very good directing. The animation was amazing. I wish I had saw it in theater. I already told you guys that.
Yeah, especially Jamie Foxx. I thought his voice acting was great. Tina Fey's was good too. Jamie Foxx's really stood out to me.
I don't know if it's my favorite Pixar movie ever, but I thought it was solid and it was what I would expect from Pixar. Very good. And
yeah, Pixar still has never missed.
They don't really miss, man. But I think we take Pixar for granted because they consistently...
They're going to miss eventually.
And maybe they have. I don't know. I can't think of anything that comes... Cars 2.
Okay.
Cars 3 also. Throw them both in. But not a complete miss either. Very solid studio and good movie, man. Great movie, honestly. Probably up there. There hasn't been a ton of movies this year, and I really felt the message they were trying to send with that movie was strong, and I liked it a lot, man. There wasn't really a ton to knock on it. And there's not anything I can sit here and really critique super hard on that movie. So to me, great movie. Being a good teacher, that's the last thing, because you could see what was fucking with 22 of the entire movie was that even all these people, man, she had everyone, even Jack Kirby, Marvel comic writer, Muhammad Ali, all these people that they doubted her and they didn't try to build her up. And that's what you got to be as a person. You need to build people up because everyone could use more of that. So
good message for this year too.
Even the cat animations. This is the first time in the movie where I actually felt like Pixar felt in the real world. It's New York. They did a really good job with Brooklyn, bro. I lived in Brooklyn, and there is a lot of the aesthetic that you feel in Brooklyn and the subways and how narrow the streets are. And dude, it was a good vibe with the movie, man. I liked it a lot. The lighting, like you're saying, is great, dude. And every character looks so different, except for what Luke made a great point. I can't believe they didn't do that with the two things. That's the two things that I didn't notice to that extent. Great catch that those two, but I'm not going to let that knock that in my mind. Good movie. Great movie.
Especially since I didn't catch it the first time. It doesn't really bother me.
It didn't stand out in my brain. Yeah.
And especially in scenes where it showed New York without any people in it, because the people are obviously stylized. They're not trying to look exactly like regular people. They're caricatures of people.
Yeah,
exactly.
Pixar.
But in scenes without people in it, where it was just showing a wall or something, or like a railway or whatever, it looked genuinely like real life in a lot of those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy.
The scene on the subway is so funny. The cat just flops down in the seat.
And the person's going all over the place.
Right, bro. So Brooklyn, so New York. Everyone on their phones and shit. No one wearing masks, though. Anytime I see people around each other, I'm like, no masks? Crazy.
I know. Isn't that weird how you notice that now? Whenever you see a group of people in a movie, you're like, oh, what?
This boy brings out the slushy from under the ground. COVID. That's how it started.
That's fucked. That's just foul.
The biggest message I'd say is that you're not defined by your job. You're defined by who you are as a person. I like that message.
Yeah.
And how you experience moments in life too is really important.
Because it wasn't even any knock that he is someone who loves music and he didn't make it in life, but it's more that he loves what he does. It's not a knock on him, man. It's like what you like to do, how you like to experience life. So good message with the movie. And Pixar, like we were saying, they don't miss. They did very well with this.
They really don't. Not at all. Is there anything else on this?
Do we even have any knocks on it? I don't even know if we did. Would you give it a 9 out of 10 or higher?
Me?
Either. I don't think I would give it a 9 out of 10 though.
No, just because I don't know why it didn't blow me. It didn't blow me out of the water, man.
Just because what it was trying to go for wasn't that grand in scope. Is that
what? No, I don't know.
I'm saying the theatrics of it, or the size, or the spectacle of it wasn't huge. It was a more contained movie, even though it had the great beyond, great before stuff. That was fairly simplistic.
Still very high B for me, 100%.
Yeah.
High 80s.
Oh, I'm going A, but
It just didn't hit home for me.
I guess I didn't think about it more after a day. I've literally thought about Wonder Woman more. I've thought about, what I had issues with that movie, and Wonder Woman, what it did more. It was still very good, 80s, not nothing, but it didn't make me think about it days after. I still think about WALL-E, bro. WALL-E, the animation and the style of the movie and all that really stuck with me. And you think about Toy Story and think about those kind of movies long past Up. It's not a knock to any of the movie or anything that everyone talked about, but it's more like Pixar they have this standard, dude, that Pixar is such a different level than a lot of studios that if you don't hit that thing for me, that it makes me think about my entire life for days on end, then I guess it's not on that level. It still was a very excellent movie, and I can't really think of anything I didn't like about it.
Yeah, I really stand behind the lighting in this movie is
But I mean,
outstanding.
As the time goes on, you expect the animation to get better and better. It's a fucking technology. It's going to get better and better. It's the storytelling that's what's going to make you want to come back.
Which I thought was pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
I did think the storytelling was pretty good.
I don't know. Like for me, in the stuff in the 90s, man, it has to make me really think about it long past. As us as a group, we don't really rate shit 5 out of 10 or under or anything like that. You still recognize what was really good in movies because it takes a lot of effort to make these kind of productions. It's hard to even say anything in my life has ever been a 10 out of 10. It's even so hard to do. So knocking it down, what I say, 89, still a great movie.
You said an 89?
I'll say 89, 88. That's my range right there. Very high 80s, very high 80s. Yes.
Dark Knight is very close to 100.
What's his name freaking out when he didn't recognize Heath Ledger Joker? Come on, guy.
Wait, what are you talking about? Two-Face?
The Dark Knight.
In Two-Face, dude, who doesn't see who the Joker is under all that makeup?
Yeah.
Come on,
in the hospital. Yeah.
Clear flaw in that movie, but that's literally the standout moment.
Yeah, but Zach, he was hyped up off fentanyl. Let's be real.
True.
You think in 2007, he had a very OG user of fentanyl.
Bro.
I like the argument.
Bro, people just didn't know what fentanyl was back then. Go fuck yourself.
Bro, I just said I like the argument. I agreed with you.
Okay, good. That's what
Coming
I thought.
at me like, damn, dude.
It's about time you recognize.
Fentanyl, guy.
Wait. Going back to Soul.
He's like, hey, we got to take a step back before we get into talking about
Fentanyl.
Batman again.
I think, my one negative, you kind of helped me talk through this a little bit, Luke, but like I was saying to you, it's not as big in scope. There's not a huge cast of characters that I all like. The two standout characters are Joe.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Joe and 22.
100%. But I mean, main characters.
Yeah, but besides that, there's no one that I'm really going to have a lasting impression of. Not like in The Incredibles where you have the entire family, Syndrome, Frozone.
And then you have Edna Mode.
Edna Moe. Yeah.
Iconic. In her
Like
own right. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what? 8 characters were
7,
there?
8. Yeah, that's 8.
You got this random mole guy who pops up at the end of the movie. You're like, oh, fuck, dude. Who is
Who
he?
is this?
Yeah.
Or like Toy Story is even more so with Woody, Buzz, Rex, Slinky, Mr. Potato Head.
Okay.
You have probably 20 characters there.
What about Up? Up, break it down. You got 4 characters there.
Break it down. Back it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Back it up. Back it up. Black it up. Black it up.
Finding Nemo. You got, well, shit, actually.
Finding Nemo, there's quite a few.
Good
Yeah.
good amount.
Dory,
dude.
Nemo, his dad,
Hey,
fucking
I tried to pull holes in your argument.
worry.
Rex,
Great
fucking
argument. Good
Okay,
argument.
Up is a good example because it only has 3 characters that really stand out in my brain today.
Well, yeah, but Ratatouille.
What about their short movies? Their shorts are, we can't even overlook. They have very great shorts.
I'm not saying it makes a movie bad, but I'm just saying when you can pull off that many characters and make you care about all of them, it just heightens the experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It makes a movie better.
Yeah.
How many characters were really in this movie particularly? There's 2 main characters, and then there's a bunch of sort of
Jerry.
characters to build up these 2 characters, really.
Yeah.
So it's almost even different. You're really following 2 characters. The guy flipping his thing, dude, that guy was fun.
That's true. Like Moonwind.
You know his name, see? Moonwind.
Yeah.
No,
Like
Moonwing.
Is it
Moonwing.
Moonwing? Okay, shit.
Bro is zoning. He's the opposite of Joker on the sign flipping. He went to his own realm, man. Found something. 100%. That guy's done shrooms 100% in his life.
How do you think he found the great beyond?
Shrooms.
Before.
DMT.
DMT is insane, but I'm going to say shrooms. Have you ever taken enough shrooms that you like shroomed?
Yeah.
Dude, just in the most dead voice.
So honest, dude. Just, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Where you get to that point where you're in a fucking forest and you're seeing people crawl on top of each other to get to the top of this mountain. You're like, what am I looking at right now? What the fuck? And then you're talking to insects and shit is happening and you're not even there.
The dumbest shit is amazing to you. Looking at like you'd be looking at a keyboard or your phone or the computer, you'd be like, wow, this is fucking incredible.
I'm not fucking with you.
Dude, it's so true though. It's so
Exactly, bro. You went to the soul world, essentially.
yeah. I have been shroomed out, but I didn't think about it in that way because I went the bad experience. Remember at Shasta, Luke? Remember when I was just curled up in the butt hut and you guys came?
Oh my God. Yes, dude.
Yeah.
I remember that. And you were just zonked out of. Yes, dude. That's true. It can go both ways. It can go bad or it can go good. That's a good point because it's been bad for me too.
I don't know if this was in my head or if I said this out loud, but I'm pretty sure I asked you guys to leave because I thought you were the trolls from The Hobbit. But I kept looking over it.
I could see Tony looking like a fucking demon if you just looked at him in the wrong light.
Yeah, me too.
And I just looked over there and you guys were all like hunched over and I was like, oh, fuck, no.
They're going to get me.
Yeah. It was rainy the whole time, dude.
That fucking blowed dick.
No, that was amazing. That was a trip. Just a constant trip.
Is horrible.
That's what ruined
experience.
it.
That was the first time and only time I've ever taken Molly.
What an awful time to try it, dude.
Right?
You should come to a show with me and Luke. That would be a good time.
That would be cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
When the world
Mr.
straightens out a
Fancy
bit.
Pants.
Dude, once we all get vaccines,
Fuck it. Once the world's open up a show again, let's go.
yes,
Doesn't even matter if we got a vaccine or not yet at that point.
let's celebrate humanity.
Dude, I remember waking up out of a blackout in Shasta and feeling around my pockets being like, where's everything I have? And I was out of everything. What a shitty time.
All right. Can we wrap this shit up? What else we got to
Yeah,
talk
let's
about?
wrap
We need
it
to
up.
Yeah,
bring
wrap
this
it up.
shit right here.
Degenerate shit right now.
Thought Soul was a better movie than Wonder Woman. Soul, I gave it 89. Wonder Woman, I gave it 70. I don't think Wonder Woman is as bad a movie as the internet is making it out to be. Soul was pretty good. It's not in my undefeated tier of Pixar movies. It's very good, though. And the animation was amazing. The concept was great. I like the message. I think it's one of the strongest messages they had, that you should make the most out of any moment. Make the most out of any moment of your life. I like that.
Yeah.
We're not defined by our job. We're not defined about what we do for a living, dude. It's about who we are as a person. I like that message a lot.
Yeah.
And last thought, I cannot remember what I rated Onward, but Onward really stuck with me because of the brother connection. I have a little brother. I love that guy. I loved Onward, that was a different message. And this was a very adult message. And I thought it was great too. And damn, the scene with his dad is fucking sad, dude. I forgot about
It
it.
is, dude.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God, I forgot about this.
What'd you rate it, Ross? 90?
I'm going 90. I just really liked.
I rated it 86.
It's about around what I expected you would rate it. based off what you were saying, anyways.
You know what we didn't mention is this might be the first Pixar movie that feels like it's in America. Pixar almost feels like it's in a different realm, but this feels realistic. And
Yeah.
even the scope of it, I'm looking at, it's like it zooms out to the Milky Way for a complete second and it zooms back in. And
Yeah, that Milky Way shot was good. Felt like it captured the scope of the movie
mm-hmm.
and our place in the galaxy, in the universe.
So tiny, so minuscule. Underrated scene when she was all sad as fuck and was in the other realm.
Yeah.
She looks like a Super Mario character, Ross.
She kind of does, yeah.
Okay, that was my last random thought. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Moonwind. It is Moonwind, Luke. It's Moonwind.
That was her name. Yeah.
No, Moonwing.
Oh, the guy. Yeah, Moonwind.
No, Moonwing.
I just said Moonwind. I saw
Promise Moonwind. We're all at the same time in this.
it. Yeah.
No, you're wrong.
I'm not. Okay, I'm wrong. Fuck me. Okay.
I know.
Yummy guy.
Idiot. So dumb.
I like the Terry character too.
Yeah,
No,
Terry.
Terry. Yeah, I love Terry.
They're all clapping for him and shit. Funny, dude. Such pride in his life. Good for him, man. That guy is
Yeah,
good at math.
I liked his little musical score too.
Mm-hmm.
He just had tabulators, hella tabulators up there.
Yeah, we got nothing more. Let's wrap this up.
We're just turning this into a group watch sesh.
Yeah.
I need to go to bed.
Luke gotta go to bed. I gotta finish this White Claw so I can go to bed.
All right, pimps.
I gotta read a review.
Okay, hustle up.
All right, this one is from Alan XB Doe Lizen Inquil. Alan X, been listening since got. Love you guys. Shout out. And his caption was just kings. Thanks, bro.
Dude, you're a king.
12-27. That's literally today. That's today. Shout out, man. Thank you for the review, bro. Appreciate it. How about you, HBU? He said, just started listening to the pod. It's fire. Keep up the great content and work. Best movie pod by a long shot. Shout out, bro. Thank you. That was on Christmas. Man, listen to us on Christmas. I appreciate that.
Damn, that's dedication.
This one's long as hell. I'm not going to read it all, but I'll just give a shout out. Hey, shout out Colby 74211168. Man, thank you. I've listened to these guys since the Game of Thrones finale pod, and I agree with 95% of the reviews and their analysis. I'm a huge fan. Shout out, man. Thank you, bro. So that's pretty, well, we got more, but you want me to keep reading more? I don't know if we've read these ones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down, sure.
TD Reed. Been listening to these guys for over a year now, and I could listen to them talk about movies and TV shows forever. Worth a listen. Great content. That was from a week ago. Shout out TD Reed, bro. Thank you. Last one, chill as fuck. Real Gangster Podcast. That is all. 10
Real Gangster.
The highest compliment.
10 out of 10, bro.
That was definitely a fucking British guy.
Real Gangster.
Real Gangster Podcast.
And Carney 24, bro. But wait. He's from the United States of America, Luke. So.
Oh, it's a real fucking gangster podcast. Let me fucking tell you.
Roll with it, dog. So that's our reviews. That was from a week ago too, man. Shout out ncarney24. Thank you all for reviews. Please leave reviews, ratings. Helps a ton. Helps with our rankings. We're back in the top of our ranking thing. It's great, man. We doing good.
Yeah. Also have to say that Natalie's favorite Disney movie right now is Mulan.
The new one?
Yeah.
The new.
What do you mean? Wait. Hang on. Pause. I'm not even going to throw shade. So she's saying that that's better. Are you talking about specifically live action?
Best live action. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, best live action. Okay.
Clarification. Okay.
Sorry.
I thought we were talking like in general, dude. I was like,
she says we have to review it.
Wait,
right.
did we do it? I thought we did a review.
Fine, I will watch it.
We didn't review it because it was out for monies on Disney Plus, but now it's out for free.
Yeah.
Hey, serious thing. Should we do a Tenet / Mulan pod?
No, I'm not ready for Tenet.
I'm ready for Tenet. I want to watch it again so fucking bad.
This is our last pod for a few weeks, just to let the listeners know.
Until WandaVision,
which is not until January 15th.
We out?
WandaVision.
We could do a Patreon somewhere in between. I feel like we should just give our people who are still subscribed to us a pod, because We haven't done a Patreon in 6 or 7 months, and we still have 75 people have subscribed. That's amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I can't even believe that. Like, why are you paying for our shit? We don't even.
Oh, well, we're not charging them right now, are we?
No, we don't charge them. But I would also just be like, fuck it, dude. They're done. They quit.
I'm down to do Patreon. I don't know what on, but if I come up with any ideas, I'll throw them to you guys.
I want to hear another Luke and Ross pod because I really enjoyed listening to that.
Did you thoroughly enjoy that?
Yeah, that was honestly, I don't know about you, Luke, but I felt like it just had a totally different feel.
It was fun.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's fun doing one-on-ones because the whole time I'm like, oh, fuck, these fuckers forgot this. And then I keep listening and then they bring up the point. I'm like, oh, okay, good boys. They brought it back. They came back to the point.
We were vibing.
Good boys.
It was a good pod. It felt like there was a little more, a little research into it. I liked it.
Yeah, we put in our work.
Yeah, I'm down.
You know what would be cool, Luke? If you want to do a one-on-one pod, we both pick out one thing for the other person to watch, and we have to watch it and review it.
I like that a lot.
Ross, you're gonna make me fucking review some goddamn fucking Vinland Saga.
No. Only movies.
Only movies. Okay.
Only movies. By theory, we're a movies podcast, so movies.
All right, good.
But Ross, if you have to recommend anime, tell him to do Akira. Or Princess Mononoke. Does that count as an anime?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. It is an anime.
Okay.
100%.
Luke, you would like Princess Mononoke, bro. When I tell you that it's actually like a good ass.
Princess Mononoke.
No. English version.
Yeah, the English version is fire. It has some really good voice actors too. One of the voice actors for it is
Akira. I would watch in Japanese.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%. But Princess Mononoke has a very good. What that Studio Ghibli gets very good actors to do their voiceovers. Like they had Christian Bale even do a movie as the main character and do voiceovers. Like they get good American actors to do it and make it sound very good.
Who's the guy that plays Bad Santa?
Billy Bob Thornton, bro. He's one of the characters.
Billy Bob Joe Thornton.
Yeah, he voices a character in an anime. Blows your mind.
And the guy who plays Watchmen, or who's Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen movie, he is in Princess Mononoke.
What? I didn't even know that. Holy fuck.
He's Ashitaka.
Ashitaka, the main character.
Yeah. So, anyway, good pod though, fellas. I had fun. I thought y'all were gonna hate Wonder Woman, like hate it. So,
nah.
The reactions are better than what I thought. I did think it was mid, genuinely, but I didn't hate it.
I wasn't on the hate vibe for this one. The train. Pass.
I have such an appreciation for what you're trying to do. It's such a hard thing to try to do is make a movie or a TV show.
Yeah.
We're done. All right, fellas. We out.
All right.
Shout out listeners. Talk to y'all later.
Later.